What up, good wooders? Oh man, that was rough to say. All right, hey everyone. I've gotten some questions recently about how I do some of my work, and I thought I would do a process video for you, if you will. This is an Elm River table. A river table means that it's two pieces of wood that are connected by a river of epoxy. I start this project like I start all my projects by flattening out a slab. As wood dries, it gets all sorts of bends and bows, and so you have to make it all sort of even. Slab flattening is a pain in the ass. It takes a long time. It is a great reason to not get into live edge woodworking. Um, but by the end of it, you get something like this, a really nice sort of even piece that looks really beautiful. So I can take it to my circular saw and basically rip it down the middle. I was very proud of myself as I set up this cut because I actually caught the piece coming here. A booyah! I then take it up to the shop saw and I square the edges in preparation for it being in a mold. A mold meaning, and you're going to see it here in a second, this is basically the thing that the wood sits in and the epoxy fills. It's how you make sure that the epoxy can dry without going everywhere, essentially. If you're wondering why I'm talking over this video, it is because you can't play any music and put these things on YouTube because then it gets taken off. So I thought about putting my own voice over this, but opted not to. Right here, I'm leveling everything out and putting some clamps down to make sure that nothing's in the way, and then mixing my epoxy. You're going to see me mix. I actually mix for a long time, and then I add that color, which is the coolest part of this whole process. This is like a couple drops of actually black, so you end up with like a nice transparent gray that I really like. And then I go ahead and I pour it into that mold. This shot is god-awful. I don't know why it's so tilted, but I promise it will not happen again. I like to fill it to make sure it's just all the way to the top, which is going to help me as it's all said and done. And then it hardens for 3 days. 3 days later. And then I come back and I actually have to re-flatten it, which is yet another pain in the ass. Because in truth, you're never going to get it perfect, and you've got all this dried resin and stuff. So it's only a few passes, and I'll flip it here. And then go ahead and do the other side, so you end up with this single piece of wood now. I then take it to the trim router and round off the edges just so they're not as sharp and you don't cut yourself on them or anything. I don't know if you would do that. And then I go ahead and I start sanding. I sand all my stuff at various grits at 80, at 120, 150, 220, 400, 600, 800, 1000, dab, 1200. And then I actually polish it with 3 layers of compound. I really like doing that. It might be a bit of overkill, but it leaves you with a really sort of clear product, almost like it truly is transparent. So that when I finish it, it gets this really nice sheen on it. This Charlie sheen, if you will. That is not a credit card that I am currently using. I promise. It is expired, so if you want to pause it and get the number, be my guest. And you end up with this beautiful finished product. I really like this piece. Here's my little dog. Hi, Mr. Gumbo. I really like it because the wood has all sorts of different movements. I counted the rings. It was like 47 years old, and there's a lot of very cool movement in it. If you want a piece like this, a coffee table, a dining table, a TV stand, go ahead and reach out to me. My Instagram is @BenBrash. My Facebook is @BenBrash. You can find me at benbrash.com. As always, stay dieseled. Happy day.